Hey everybody, welcome to day number 3 of Activision Blizzard Media's first esports tournament, the Agency Showdown. If you've missed the first couple of days of action, well, you've missed some great days of Call of Duty. Of course, that is the game that we've been playing here in this tournament. But if you are new to the stream, again, if you have missed the first 2 days of action, I think there'll be VODs available anyway. But this tournament is essentially an in-house thing for everybody, all the agency clients of Activision Blizzard Media, just to have fun, of course, in the current situation that everybody's in. And so far, it has been an absolute blast, of course. 32 teams are going head-to-head in this tournament, and we've already found the first 9 who are moving on to the next round of tournament play. Now, for those of you maybe unfamiliar with the tournament bracket, essentially what we're doing here, again, is 32 teams. Every single match in this tournament will be best of 3. It is a single elimination bracket, and of course, there's over 20 agencies participating in this tournament. As I said, already 9 are going through. We've got 4 more matches to come tonight in the round of 32, and that means there'll be 4 more spots filled up in the round of 16. Every match played tonight will be played on, of course, one of the best games of all time, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and one of the best game modes in Call of Duty of all time, an instant classic, Search and Destroy. For those of you unfamiliar of how Search and Destroy works, it is a round-based game mode, no respawns in the game whatsoever. Each game will be played in a best of 11 format, and each round will be played, there'll be 2 sides, there'll be offense and there'll be defense. The offense, their objective is to assault a bomb site. There'll be 2 bomb sites on the map, A or B. If they can get the bomb down and get it to blow up the site, they win the round. Of course, the defensive job is to essentially just run down the clock and stop the bomb from going down. And either side can also win the round by eliminating the opposition. Again, so first to 6, best of 11 every single Search and Destroy game, and we're going to be playing best of 3 overall here in this tournament. And of course, we've had some crackers so far in this one. Round 11s all over the option. And as of course, my name is Infinity, so I'll be running you through all of the action across today's games, as well as tomorrow, I think, is the final day of this week's action. Again, we've had some great games so far. I have been pleasantly surprised with the strategies and the meta that teams have been bringing to this tournament, and no doubt we'll see some great matchups coming today. Talking about today's matchups, we're kicking things off here with WKey United going head-to-head with the Gulag guys. Then we've got Flavors going head-to-head with 2.5 Wooks, followed by PhD versus GSD Mania, and finally we'll have 4 p.m. Cleanout versus the Farm team. So those are the 4 matches that we've got on stream for you guys this evening. And again, 4 of those teams will be moving on to the next round of play that takes place next week. So that's what we've got today. Again, Search and Destroy, and the winner of this tournament overall is going to be getting themselves a nice trophy. Again, it is pretty nice. So it'll be a long while before we get there. But again, we've got these rounds to get through. So I think without any further ado, we've got the first match up, which of course is again WKey United versus the #Gulag guys. Unfortunately for the #Gulag guys, this isn't Warzone, and there is no Gulag to go to. You lose, you die, you're out of the round. You do get a respawn next round, of course, though. So there is that to work for. As for WKey United, again, this is a nice name. Of course, referencing the W key on your keyboard, walking forward in game, which I presume that means they're playing on PC. Of course, this tournament is actually cross-play, so anybody in this tournament can be playing or on any of the platforms that Call of Duty Modern Warfare is available on. You can play cross-play. So yeah, that's basically the breakdown. And of course, as I've already said, Search and Destroy, it is one of my favorite game modes in Call of Duty. I think it's one of the only game modes to have been in every single Call of Duty title. Besides the obvious sort of team deathmatch and free-for-all. So again, Search and Destroy, it is universally loved, and I've been very, very surprised by just how great some of these teams have played across these first few matches. That being said, we do have our first match, of course, again, WKey United versus the #Gulag guys. And this matchup will be starting off on Talsic Backlot. Now, just to run through sort of the generics of Backlot. If you guys weren't here yesterday, you haven't heard me sort of drone on about this map. Again, it is such an awesome map. It's a remaster from the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare title. I think this is the first time it's been remastered outside, of course, the actual full remaster of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and it plays just as well as it did back then right now. I will say I think this map is a map that's thrown a number of teams off. It is very new. I think it's only just come into play with like Season 3 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That being said, I feel like that's kind of the reason that most teams don't maybe know how to play it, because again, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, it's a very old game. I think, what, 2007? There's a solid 12 years in between that and, of course, the Tausig backlot that we have today. So it's going to throw a number of teams off. But again, it's nice, I guess, to have a fresh map to play on for a number of these players. And hopefully, as we've already seen, there's been some good strategies on this map and some good plays as well. Yesterday, we had an insane free-piece. I can't remember what the player was that got the free-piece in the middle of the map, just rushed for it and got 3 kills in a row. So I'm expecting plays like that again. But as I said, first match of the day, it's going to be WQ United versus the #Gulag guys. And I'm going to do what I always do at the start of these games, which is check out the weaponry of everybody in the lobby. Unwind, I guess not really taking their name seriously enough, has a dual 357s in hand. Of course, that's just a secondary. But taking a look across the board, right now it would seem it's just M4A1s and MP5's classic meta. Daddy is, of course, I'm going to hate calling that, but Daddy, thank you for that, choosing that name. Has the AUG in hand, of course, an SMG in this game. And I believe that is the only difference we have here. Harry's, though, picks things off with First Blood. And for those of you unfamiliar with a casual search and destroy gameplay, everybody will switch sides every 3 rounds. So that is when we'll see that happen. Right at the start here, though, the #Gulag guys on the defense haven't done a great job of defending this B site. The bomb and now down, and Daddy has been stunned. Gets the first blood, but can't get the second. And unfortunately for Daddy, WQ United able to finish that one off relatively quickly. You're going to see Dorfman Clues coming from behind now, pick up that final kill. Now, though, once again, as I said, it's every 3 rounds where these guys switch sides. So WQ United here going to stay on the offense for this one. And Harry's has had an incredible start, or not Harry's. Maybe this guy is not actually called Harry. I'll be very surprised. But regardless, straight towards the A site. Different strategy from WQ United. But of course, the A site is actually rather close to the offensive spawn here. The WQ United with a chance here of defending this site. Fortunately for Daddy, who jumps up high from construction, gets taken out by a beautiful kill from Unwind. Now the Gulag size, 2 versus 3. EB 5280. M4 in hand, just going to try and re-entry onto the site. Surely may have just spotted Harry there under the stairs, but this could be a pincer movement from them. And Chipotle Burrito, not going to happen though. None of those gunfights won, and WQ United here slapping down the Gulag guys. Ground at number 2. Now, though, WQ United hit 2-0 up in this search and destroy. The #Gulag guys need to find a win early on before we swap sides next round. But once again, WQ United have been afforded a nice A push. No resistance to be found just yet. The closest player to do anything about it is once again Daddy, and of course they're the only player on the Gulag guys. They've actually got a kill so far. Finally, though, second kill to be made. Dorfman close, gonna play up close and personal with the boomstick, picks up that kill as the trade comes in, and now WQ United going to get this bomb down with no qualms. Cruz has a player in their sight. Sniper rifle now to pull off the 1 versus 2 here. This is going to be a big ask. Gets the quick scope. The second is in front. Of course, Dorfman Clues going to be fully aware. Has a streak to use, and here it comes. The artillery strike might even take himself down. Got to be very, very careful here. Dorfman Clues doesn't go incredibly wrong, but it doesn't matter. The streak comes in. Artillery strike, and that is very well played there from Dorfman Clues. Doesn't want to risk the snipe, of course. Not really the best weaponry to take that one-on-one engagement on. Instead, the precision airstrike comes in. And what a kill from Dorfman Clues. Great 1 versus 2 clutch. And now a flawless start from WQ United here on Tausig backlot. Say a flawless start from WQ United. Of course, it's also a flawless start from Dortmund. 5-0 for this man. Sniper rifle in hand. He can deal it with any weapon. Of course, this isn't normally the weapon that you see. X50 is common in Search and Destroy, but talking red guns, it is going to be the M4A1 and the MP5. That's a great start, though, from Dortmund. Headshot onto EB5 280. Not able to get the second, though. Chipotle Burrito finally shutting down Dortmund for the first time in this game. What I will say about the Gulag guys here is for an offensive team, they don't really know which site they want to make it to. I mean, A is finally the target. Chipotle Burrito and Daddy going to have to be very, very careful. Now these WQ United players. Now, bomb is down. That leaves only 40 seconds now for WQ United to retake this site. Not Harry's and 1D. What can they do? Well, Harry's playing rather cautiously. The first shot's, though, coming in from 1D. That's going to be the MP5 up high. Throws out a stun. This could provide a potential entry path for 1D. And there it is. Still stunned. Chipotle Burrito comes down. This is a 1v2 clutch. Could absolutely happen. If he throws a C4 out, could get a two-piece with it, and surely will. No, the first kill is there, but WQ United able to pop off the defuse. Just a little bit too long there with that C4 in hand for Chipotle Burrito. But in your final kill cam here, you get to see that entry kill from 1D onto the site. Daddy on the stairs. Now, WQ United here. On defense once again. Last round, it was Dortmund to get that first kill. And to be fair, if they pre-aim the exact same line of sight, they might even pick off Chipotle Burrito with the bomb. Instead, though, they have a great line of sight towards the A bomb. One player already down. 1D going to fall to the Gulag guys. And this could be the sniper that starts it off. Dortmund gets a hit marker. The kill isn't finished. And that leaves Not Harry's in a rather precarious position in the site, but he is going to deal with it beautifully. Support kill from Dortmund with the bomb. Now Harry's actually going to get taken down here by EB5280. 1 versus 1. Not going to happen. And WQ United looking very good here against the Gulag guys. And again, it's not really like the Gulag guys are doing anything wrong strategically at the moment. It just comes down to these 50-50 situations in which at the end of the day, unfortunately, they're just not winning the gunfights. WQ United are playing this very, very well. Now, can they finish it 6-0? That would be a great start to the stream here if we have a flawless performance from WQ United to kick things off. The Gulag guys, though. Sensing. Deny. Again, this is the last round on offense for the Gulag guys. They need to win it if they want to see another defensive round here in this game. And again, something where I do feel like the Gulag guys could be a little bit better if they push the offense a little bit faster. They have Daddy as maybe the advanced guard towards A, but as soon as that gunfight is lost, up close to the sniper rifle as well from Dortmund, you're in a bit of trouble because the Gulag guys now have to rotate towards B. WQ United are going to know that, and you can see now with the approach of WQ United, they give not a care in the world. Gulag guys on this rotation surely going to get called out, and now it's down to Chipotle Burrito in a 1 versus 3 to save the game. Gets involved in a 1-on-1 and Dortmund. The shot goes wild, and WQ United with a 6-0 start hit on Tausig backlot. And a beautiful snipe. Dortmund with that sniper rifle, that AX50, absolutely deadly. Finishes the game with more kills than his teammates combined. 10-1. That's 10 kills and 1 death. What a performance there from Dortmund. And what a performance from WQ United again. 6-0, a flawless search and destroy performance on Tausig backlot. And just to give you guys a little rundown of kind of how that worked out. I think on offense, it came down to just the WQ United guys just playing a lot faster than the Gulag guys. And that's kind of unfortunate in a way. The hashtag Gulag guys, they didn't really look all that worried, all that concerned about getting that bomb down on their offense, and I think they were punished for it. So 6-0 start here on Tausig backlot for WQ United. They're now going to start the series 1-0 over their opposition in the Gulag, guys. And again, if you're unfamiliar with the format that we're running with for the Agency Showdown, of course, it is a best of threes here. They win one more map, and they are done for the tournament. Now, the next map is going to be up. It's going to be St. Petrograd Search and Destroy, a competitive map in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This is one of the maps in which the pros in the Call of Duty League play, of course, which you can catch all of that action on the COD League YouTube channel. Of course, the Chicago Home Series is actually going to be starting tomorrow and going through on Saturday and Sunday. So that's going to be epic to watch this weekend. That being said, as I said, this is a St. Petrograd Search and Destroy. It is a competitive map. I've seen all of the strategies that you can possibly imagine on this map. And it is, again, one of my favorites. It's so kind of well balanced in terms of getting these off-the-rip sniper battles. And this is, I think, where Dolphin-Clues is going to have an absolute field day. If he can play just as well as he did on Tausig Backlot with the AX50, I expect him to get pick after pick after pick. And that, to me, is what the hashtag Gulag guys have to be worried about here. They have to get themselves out of the spawn as quickly as possible, essentially. Do not get in the way of Dolphin-Clues' sniper rifle, because he is not missing at this point in time. So, great start, as I said, on St. Petrograd Search and Destroy. But while waiting for the map to load up, I will say very quickly, for those of you guys right now who are sitting in the chat and you want a place to talk about this, you can do it on Twitter. You can tweet the hashtag Agency Showdown and talk about all the action here in the Activision Blizzard Media Agency Showdown. Of course, if you want to get talking about that first game, because already we have had an absolute barn burner here in map number 1. Now, though, map number 2, St. Petrograd Search and Destroy. We're looking for something a little bit better from the Gulag guys. Of course, WQ United have looked very good in the first map of the night. Let's see if we can see a response from the Gulag guys. All right, well, straight into it. Of course, once again, it is going to be WQ United because they are team number 1, starting off on the offense. Straight towards the A site. And I feel like the Gulag guys, they might have been watching the stream either yesterday or the day before, because I have said this on stream plenty. If you're on the defense, you want to be rushing the A site. That is essentially the strategy. I will say, also interestingly enough, is that Dolphin-Clues decided to put away the sniper rifle for this map, despite me saying that that could be the strategy that would be the win condition. But they don't need Dolphin-Clues' sniper rifle. Entering onto the A site with little to no bother. Taking out Chipotle Burrito and EB5. 280, now just down to Daddy in a 1 versus 3. Dolphin-Clues already out of the round. So now Daddy approaching a retake from the flank. This is entirely possible for Daddy. Of course, has good weaponry for it too. The AUG is not a bad gun by any means, but just doesn't get the shots off onto one of those WQ United players. And again, it is so hard to win those 1 versus 3. So good on Daddy for trying it, but Undig able to close things out with that meta M4A1. Well, WQ United, once again, they're on offense because again, we do switch every 3 rounds here in Search and Destroy. And I like this from WQ United. They kind of see that the Gulag guys are going to go straight towards A on the defense. And to be fair, this is kind of the bad side of rushing towards A. Although you get more control over the map this way, you do lose control over the B site, even though it is generally not the preferred one. Of course, if we were in a competitive setting, this would be 5 versus 5, and there would be player right at the back of the map, making sure that nobody makes that rotation towards B. Now, though, this is 3 versus 3 here. WQ United don't have to worry about that whatsoever. And I think the thing here for the Gulag guys is they have to cross this road when one Dig is pre-aiming like that. And there it is. The problematic push from Daddy just doesn't work out. And now EB5 280 and the Chipotle Burrito have to make that very same cross. One Dig gets yet another looking for the ace in the round. And they've thrown his way, but he gets it. And EB5 280 unable to survive crossing no man's land. And WQ United, once again, a second round on the board. Now, I like the heads-up call there. Do not go A. They had a fight and a struggle last time around. Let's just get right around them, go straight to B. And I don't think the Gulag guys expected that whatsoever. And I think more importantly here, what you could see is maybe a bit of worry on the Gulag guys here. Where do you go on defense now that first round was an A push, second round was B? It's not like WQ United have any form of habit. But the Gulag guys are going to make a 50-50 choice here, straight towards A for all three players. At the very least, if there are any kills thrown their way, you should see some trades. We'll also note as well that while Not Harry's and One Deeg have made that adventure towards B, it is in fact Dolphin Clues in that very same sniper rifle sport I talked about earlier on at the start of this one. Covering, but it doesn't work out at all. Daddy and EB5280 pick up the first blood. Dolphin Clues whiffs a snipe. And now One Deeg here to get yet another ace. Has started this search and destroy so strongly. It's 6-0. Oh, the cruise missile. This is where streaks are so powerful because now, of course, the Gulag side is going to have to get inside. They will appear on the minimap too. One Deeg is just going to not actually get that. I'm very surprised. I don't actually know where Daddy and Chipotle Burrito were, but I feel like if you were to maybe angle that a little bit better, you might be able to get that one of the kills. But oh my god, One Deeg put some shots in. Still has a lot of time here to work with One Deeg. 45 seconds left on this clock. One Deeg now going to activate Dead Silence to push for Chipotle Burrito. Chipotle Burrito ready for the shot, but doesn't get any shots off. One Deeg goes for the second. Actually going to pick up that M4A1. Maybe a little bit of a preferred weapon here in this fight, but Daddy going to stick to the window. One Deeg is going to pre-aim it. Of course, still has the information from the earlier cruise missile and picks up the kill. WQ United off the back of 2 aces back to back from One Deeg with the M13 no less. Are going to be starting this one rather strongly. 3-0. It's like poetry. It rhymes very well because WQ United here 9 rounds straight overall if you include map number 1. Now, the Gulag guys. It's their turn to go offense, and actually, to be fair to them, they might have just called this incredibly right. WQ United, of course, doing what all teams do on the defense. Go straight towards A, barrel into those fights. But the adaptation from WQ United is what I like. They don't sit down at A knowing... Oh dear. The Harriers coming down to the VTOL jet. WQ United now have that ready on the map. Dolphin Clues may fall, but of course, that VTOL jet is going to act as a third man on the mini-map. It's going to force the Gulag guys to go inside. Watch out for number 6, who is currently out in the open. Chipotle Burrito. Full foul to those shots. Elsewhere, though, EB5280 going to take down One Deeg. At least Not Harry's in a 1 versus 3. The first 2 shots go off. Not Harry's comes down the corner, picks up the kill. But it's on the other side of the map to this defuse, and I feel like this might be the first round here for the Gulag guys. Not Harry's has to sprint a marathon to get towards this site. Of course, has to reserve 5 seconds for a defuse. Here it comes, though. Dead Silence has been enabled, so, of course, neither Chipotle Burrito or Daddy will hear. Not Harry's coming, but hits the first 2 shots. Stop, Deeg. Oh, dearie me. You needed One Deeg in that situation. The accuracy just not there, missing all of the shots. Daddy able to turn around. Picks up the kill with a P90. And we finally have a round on the board for the Gulag guys here. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Well, WQ United have somewhat been silenced. They don't want to lose any of their momentum, though. It is just 1 round at the end of the day. But for the Gulag guys, that was a much-needed win. Now, can they get it with a second round back-to-back? Of course, Chipotle Burrito, not got much support here with the bomb. M13 in hand, going to run away from that fight. Of course, do not want to take on 2 players, not facing down at that long range as well, especially with how accurate WQ United have been. Now the hashtag Gulag guys here rotating towards A. They have to deal with 1 threat in Dolphin Clues. Oh, the hit marker from Dolphin Clues. I feel kind of bad for this player picking up no snipes so far in this game. Now has an up-close personal kill to take against Daddy, but Daddy gets that fight with the AUG. The Gulag guys now have a medium control over the A site. Not Harry's punishes the player on the cross. EB5280 now down and out. And WQ United are going to have to retake this bomb. It won't be long before Chipotle Burrito plants said bomb. Not Harry's. Crosses paths with Daddy without realizing it. Like 2 ships in a night. They pass by each other entirely ignorant. And Harry's turns around, picks up the kill on Chipotle Burrito. Now it's down to Daddy, the best performing player on the Gulag guys. For the clutch, gets the first kill. Now the second below. Daddy has the upper ground, the high ground in apartments. It's not going to work out though. 1D ends up winning that gunfight. And a clutch play from WQ United. But I like this from the Gulag guys. They're really starting to get right stuck in here. You're going to see 1D winning that important one-on-one engagement. You'd have thought having the high ground, of course, the most powerful weapon in human history, that he would have won that fight. But unfortunately for Daddy, just shots didn't go off before getting taken down by 1D, and now WQ United back in the driver's seat of this game. Now they're round number 6, the Gulag guys on the last offensive push. We will see an offense from WQ United next round. It's just a case of whether or not we go into it 5-1 up for WQ United or just 4-2. Gulag guys have the A site in mind. Dorfenklus with that sniper rifle, going to get flanked from behind. Great kill there by Daddy. Great in awareness to come round and check that line of sight. Elsewhere though, of course, EB5280 already out of this round. Chipotle and Burrito, Daddy hit in a 2 versus 2 against Not Harry's and 1D. Look at this pincer movement on the mini-map here. Not Harry's and 1D surely going to be entering the site at the same time, but they don't have much time to waste. 30 seconds left. Let's go for that kill, and there's the first. Not Harry takes down Chipotle Burrito. It's down to Daddy. Silenced AUG in hand. Throws off some shots. Unfortunately, gets taken out by 1D on the retake. 1D just doesn't miss. And the defuse comes in. WQ United will be going into round number 7 with a 5-1 advantage. A great search and destroy performance from the guys from WQ United. Well, WQ United now 5-1 up in this search and destroy game. They're just 1 round away from progressing on to the round of 16. Remember, this is a best of 3, and WQ United already have 1 map in their favour. Daddy has a close brush with death. Dorfenklus takes a snipe and does actually miss. Elsewhere, Dorfenklus going to actually fall. It wasn't Dorfenklus with the sniper rifle, not Harry's, has actually pulled that one out. Of course, must have overkill therefore, because the MP5 as a secondary is available. Elsewhere though, 1D takes out the most effective player on the Gulag guys. Daddy down to the count, and that will surely make this a harder round to win. And now 1D has to have a flawless performance in this search and destroy round. Yet another ace. I believe this will be his 3rd if he pulls it off. Against EB5280 and Chipotle Burrito. And for those of you guys who maybe don't know what an ace is getting every single kill in the round that's possible. So if 1D was to finish off EB5280 and Chipotle Burrito, in addition to Daddy, he will finish with his 3rd ace in this game. And I like that from 1D. Drops the Claymore on the bomb. So as if the player goes for the defuse, they will get taken out by the Claymore. And that means that 1D essentially doesn't have to watch the side. It enables him to have eyes on the bomb without really having eyes on the bomb at all. EB5280 approaches where 1D gears. Actually kind of knows with the approach. But unfortunately, for EB5280, 1D has their number, and now it's just Chipotle Burrito in a 1 versus 1. 1D just has to defend this bomb, sees Chipotle Burrito approaching the bomb, and knows that time already up in this one. Sees the Claymore, Chipotle Burrito knows, oh, and the execution. The first execution we have of the Agency Showdown, as WQ United close out a 3rd ace from 1D with a beautiful execution, which we will get the chance to see. Finishing move. Right on your knees, son. A stab in the neck from 1D to close it out and ensure that WQ United are going to be our 1st team here today and our 10th team overall in the round of 16. Congratulations to them. And I found it kind of funny, right? Dorfenklus had an incredible game on Talsic backlock with the sniper rifle. Ends up, with like 11 kills. This one, he's not even in it. Gets 0 kills. No contribution whatsoever, despite being on St. Petro, which is has some pretty good lines of sight for AX50 users. That being said, that does mean that WQ United, as I said, are going to be the 1st team from tonight's set of matches that will be moving on to the round of 16. We still have 3 more slots to go tonight, guys. Of course, next up on stream, it's going to be Flavors going head-to-head with 2.5 Wooks. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to be right back after this. Hey everybody, Infinity here, bringing you all the action live from Activision Blizzard Media's first esports tournament, the Agency Showdown. If you just missed it, we had an absolute banger of a match for our first series of the night. Of course, it was WQ United taking on the Gulag guys, and they ended up winning 2-0, 6-0 in the first map and 6-1 in the second. So not exactly a close game, but regardless, we do also, that means we have our 10th 10th team in the round of 16. So next up on stream, we will be having Flavors versus 2.5 Wooks. Again, I quite like the name. I'd like to imagine that 2.5 Wooks is, of course, referencing the Wookiee race from Star Wars. And if anybody, and I mean anybody in the chat, doesn't know A, what Wookiees are, or B, has never watched Star Wars, I'll be sad. I'll be very upset for that. Just we'll say though is that 2.5 Wooks is a very good name, and I like it. Of course, also referencing 2.5 Men. Flavors on the other hand, not the most flavoursome name, but regardless, I like it. I like it. Maybe we'll see some interesting flavors over gameplay. So who knows? But that is the next match. We're just waiting on a couple of players to make their way into the lobby. But I suppose now is as good of a time as any to for me to plug this channel. If you want to subscribe to the Activision Blizzard Media channel, you will be notified every single time that we go live with this tournament. And of course, we've still got a fair few days left of action, and not only in week number 1, but week number 2, of course. This week is going to be solely centered around the round of 32 as we whittle it down to the last 16 teams in the tournament. Next week, that's where the action is going to get really spicy. As all of the teams that have got through their first rounds and actually have proven themselves to be pretty good for the most part, will be taking each other on in the round of 16 next week. So make sure you're subscribed to the Activision Blizzard Media YouTube channel, and then of course you'll be notified every time that we go live every night around 4 p.m. Eastern. That being said, of course, you can also discuss all the action on Twitter with the hashtag Agency Showdown. Now, if you're just joining us here, I'll give it a brief rundown of basically how this entire tournament works. So, of course, this is a tournament entirely for all of the agency clients of Activision Blizzard Media. A total of 32 teams are participating in this tournament, made up of 20 different agencies. Every single team has 3 players on the roster, and therefore we're going to be playing 3v3 Call of Duty Modern Warfare action, and every single match that is played in the entirety of this tournament is played in a best of 3 format. All of the maps, every single map that we play, every single game will be played on the wonderful game mode that is Search and Destroy. And let me tell you, Search and Destroy is extremely fun. Again, I've probably said this one too many times on the stream, but there is a reason that Search and Destroy is played so heavily. It's universally loved. It's one of the game modes that bridges the gap between the casual and the competitive community. Everybody loves Search and Destroy, simply because of the variation of strategies that you can use. It works so well in casual with all of the fun elements of the game. Your C4s, your Claymores, your LMGs. It's extremely fun to play. And of course, it is also played in the Call of Duty League as a staple game mode. It has been in competitive Call of Duty for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Incredibly long time. It is the only game mode that has been present in every single Call of Duty's competitive scene. So yeah, that's what we've got for Search and Destroy. Again, it is an incredible game, and I'm very, very excited to be casting it. And again, we have seen some incredible gameplay. So seriously, I have been very shocked. I think, albeit maybe some of these round 1 games have been blowouts to maybe one team, that has happened quite a lot. We've also had just as equally some incredible close matchups between these rosters. So maybe we can expect in that tonight. Of course, we still do have 4 matches, one of which has already been completed, and then, of course, 3 more to go. So we've got Flavors versus 2.5 Wooks. That's the match that will be happening right now, provided the players manage to connect to the lobby. We have PhD versus GSD Mania for the next match after that, and then we'll be closing out the night with 4 p.m. Cleanout versus Farm Team. Of course, 4 p.m. Cleanout not playing at 4 p.m., which probably defeats the point of their team name. But alas, they'll be looking to clean out Farm Team in the conclusion of our 3rd day of Agency Showdown action. So I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who has tuned in as well. This support for this tournament has been insane. So thanks to everyone who has been here and just been watching all the action. It's been great to cast for you guys and sort of bring you all this action. And this is a bit refreshing for me as well, right? Because for me, normally I'm a caster who spends a lot of time casting competitive Call of Duty. This is something a little bit different. This is kind of like, this is casual. I'm getting to see all of this weird and wacky stuff coming out. It's kind of even refreshing just to see people RPGing their opposition in these search and destroy games. So yeah, it's kind of nice to see. So again, guys, just to give you a little bit of an update on what's going on right now, we are currently waiting for one of these two teams to make it into the lobby. I'm entirely unsure which one it is. Currently, we have one of the players in the lobby. So when all of the players are in, we'll be getting things kicked off. We also have a nice little map pool, a map selection for this event. I was pleasantly surprised by the maps that have been shown. We have a kind of, I guess, a mix of new and old maps. So if you guys are fans of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, we actually have maps directly pulled, essentially reboots from that game. We've already seen one today in Tausig Backlot, of course, which is a remake of Backlot from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Of course, the other map, directly lifted from the original Modern Warfare, is Crash. I believe that is the first map that is intended to be played in the first map of our series here, between Flavors and 2.5 Wooks. So for those of you who are fans of the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, you like a bit of classic Call of Duty, don't worry. We've got a nice little flavor of Crash and Tausig Backlot coming throughout these matches for you. But if you're a fan of the Call of Duty League, which if you're not, you should be, because it's on every 2 weeks now, I think. I mean, actually, it's on every week, right, on the COD League channel. So if you're a fan of the professional Call of Duty League, you can catch that every 2 weeks. So this weekend is actually a professional Call of Duty weekend, so you can catch it all on the COD League YouTube channel, where the Chicago home series is actually taking place this weekend. But in between that, in every 2 weeks as well, we actually are going to be having the Challengers Cup. So maybe you want to get a look at the grassroots esports, how the amateurs play outside of the franchise league. Well, that's the best place to do it. And hey, if you're actually participating in this tournament, the Call of Duty League is probably the best place to pick up some strategies. And I can already see that you can kind of see that the Call of Duty League meta has seriously been, I guess, affected here, right? I mean, you can kind of see that maybe it just translates well to pubs, but the M4A1 and the MP5 are two weapons that you kind of like, you see them, they've been used quite frequently, and they are the most they are the most used weapons, right, in the meta. We've seen, like I said, a little bit of, I guess, variation on those terms. The DLC weapons, I think, are probably the biggest addition. Of course, the Growl, which everyone really loves, has been used quite a fair bit across this tournament. I haven't seen the Renetti. That's really weird. The Renetti is an incredible, I mean, I'm going to say it. I'll call it right. The Renetti is an incredibly overpowered pistol. I am very, very surprised that nobody has used it just yet. I will be expecting it very, very soon. Of course, that's a full auto pistol, and they are incredibly powerful. They're currently not banned in the Call of Duty competitive meta. Okay, so I've just got an update. So 2.5 Wooks are going to be forfeiting this matchup. I believe another team may be coming in to fill their place. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so all right, so Flavors is going to be moving on to the next round. So this match is essentially just, it doesn't mean anything. I was actually seeing players coming into the lobby, and I saw Dipping Sticks and Control Swift from the other day. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. So unfortunately, 2.5 Wooks couldn't turn up to the match. I'm kind of sad, actually, because they've got quite a creative name, but unfortunately they didn't turn up, and that means that Flavors will be moving on into the next round. No qualms. They don't have to play these two maps, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to have Call of Duty action for you guys. We're still going to see a series with a bit of a, I think it's a pickup squad. Sean in 3D is joining Control Swift and Dipping Sticks for this one, and they'll be playing Reindeer, BK, Huncho, and Kobe Lothbrock on the Flavors side. So I guess for Flavors here, this is a very good thing. I mean, all of the stress of getting through to the next round is entirely alleviated. They know they are going to be going through to round number 2 and playing in week 2 of the Agency Showdown action. So Lucky them. Very good. That doesn't mean, though, again, we do have some Call of Duty action to cast. And we are going to be starting off on one of those classic Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare maps. It's going to be Crash, Search, and Destroy. Now, like I said previously, if you were here yesterday, and you could probably tell by my very youthful looks, that I was not a Call of Duty player around Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I would have been 8 years old, and that is probably not the most advisable strategy for my parents to allow me to have played that game. But I do enjoy this map for its remake in the 2016 version of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered. I particularly like this strategy from Control Swift, who seems to have spawned in on the Flavors side. Maybe wants to take on their teammates. So I think we're going to see a restart here between these two sides. Dipping Sticks, though, he's going to get a kill in before the host ends the game. Apologies for that, guys. A player just unfortunately didn't spawn in on the correct side. Ah, Jesus. Can't rely on anyone these days. Flavors. So I will say, Dipping Sticks is making great utilization of the in-game Call of Duty World League packs. I believe the only player I've seen so far who has been repping a particular team, Dipping Sticks. Obviously, well, I mean, this is a presumption, right? But they are obviously based in LA. LA in the Call of Duty League terms. So just to sort of maybe lay this out for everyone at home, the Call of Duty League features 12 franchise teams that represent locations from all over the globe. I believe there is, I think there's 10 North American sides, 2 of which are from Los Angeles. Now, the logo that Dippin' Sticks has is actually available in game. You can buy it as part of a pack. Which is the LA Gorillas logo. So clearly they prefer the LA Gorillas over the Los Angeles Optic Gaming, which is, I think, saying something. But regardless, I'd like to see more of those. Dipping Sticks is clearly a fan of the Call of Duty League, and obviously, as I said, you guys should be too. I believe we'll get Crash, Search and Destroy loaded up any second now. Hopefully, Control Swift lands on the right side this time around. And we can get all of this lovely, beautiful Call of Duty action underway with no problems. And as I said, Crash is one of those maps that is just so fun to cast. It's so fun to watch, right? It is not all that balanced. Like, I'll be honest, like the B site, in terms of its location on the map, it is literally situated right in front of the spawn of the defensive team. So you essentially don't really lose any control of the map if you just sprint towards A, because you can backpedal towards B rather easily. What I would say is keep an eye on the snipers here on this map. There are actually a fair few lanes, which the AX-50, which is one of the 2 leading sniper rifles in this game, will be utilized, hopefully, by either of these 2 teams. Of course, though, I will just say for everyone at home, these 2 teams, this match doesn't really have much stakes in it in terms of transitioning in the tournament. Dipping Sticks, Control Swift, and Shawning 3D have, I believe, either already progressed or already played in this tournament. Flavors, because of the fact that 2.5 Wooks have forfeited themselves out of the tournament by not turning up, are already through to the next round. Now, though, I don't even know what to call these guys, Dipping Sticks. We'll call them Teams Dipping Sticks, because I love that name so much, Dipping Sticks. So Team Dipping Sticks here will now be the namesake for this side, as decided by myself. Taking the Flavors on the offense. And again, if you're new to casual search and destroy rules here on Crash, these teams will be trading sides every 3 rounds. So for 3 rounds straight now, it is going to be Team Dipping Sticks on the offense. And they're playing it rather well. Straight away, picking up the bomb plant on to B. Now it's just down a Huncho in a 1 versus 3. Makes slight work of the first 2 kills. Control Swift and Sean and 3D out of this one. Dipping Sticks straight towards the mid-map, rushing towards the site, and that's so unfortunate for Huncho. Huncho drops down, decides to defuse the bomb at the entirely wrong time, and that, ladies and gents, is what we call Call of Duty timing. Huncho drops for the bomb, Dipping Stick turns around the corner just at the exact moment. Oh, dearie me. Almost a 1 versus 3 for Huncho. Doesn't quite work out, but that is a great clutch from Dipping Sticks here. Team Dipping Sticks actually going to be benefiting quite heavily from their namesake here, going 3-0 in the first round, picking up what we call an ace, in which you get every single kill available in any given round. Now, though, Team Dipping Sticks, they've gone for a nice little 1-2 setup here. 2 players over towards A, 1 player over towards B. Unfortunately, though, first player to attack. Sean in 3D falls, and now it's just down to 1 versus 3. Dipping Sticks is going to have to pull off a major win here in the 1 versus 3. Has been pushed right back to the spawn of Flavors, and I feel like this round might already be done and dusted. You can see Flavors boxing Dipping Sticks in. Going for it, pushing. Unfortunately, Huncho with the double slap down. Doesn't work out in the prior round. Now, though, that one-on-one, that 50-50 goes Huncho's way this time. And with the Kingly Spender variant of the M4, quick slap. See you later. Night. Well, 1-1 now is third and final round for Team Dippin' Sticks on the offense. Let's see where they take this bomb. It is towards A. Now, luckily for Flavors, they've actually decided to send 2 players straight towards this A site. Huncho, of course, who started this search and destroy 5-1. Going to bring out a portable radar. And oh, geez. Control Swift and Dippin' Sticks coming into this round very strongly. And luckily for Team Dippin' Sticks, that portable radar has already been utilized. Now it's just Reindeer BK looking to make this a lovely Merry Christmas. In a 1 versus 3. Sun going out. That completely missed. Actually going to be a smoke, from Reindeer. So 25 seconds left on the clock. Not a lot of time to work with. Forced to rush the site, and unfortunately just doesn't work out. Taken out from behind here. And that means the Team Dippin' Sticks, once again the namesake, going to be pulling off that win with the MP5. Now there we are going to be switching rounds. Of course, this is round number 4, so it now will be Flavors on the offense. Now, one thing I will say for sure, it is very rare on Crash for teams to go B. Again, this is kind of what I was alluding to earlier on with the placement of B. It is so hard to make it towards that side. It is right in the spawn of Team Dippin' Sticks. That being said, Team Dippin' Sticks getting a little bit overzealous here right off the rip. Shorting 3D, jumps up onto the half wall, gets taken down. Huncho going to be responsible for that one, and Dippin' Sticks has been pushed right out of the house. Flavor's done a great job of taking this site. His name from Dippin' Sticks. Kobe, I'm not really sure what they were doing there. Just run straight into the open. The trap is sprung from Control Swift and Dippin' Sticks, and this might happen again. Control still sitting in the corner. Huncho jumps right out, and once again, it is Reindeer left up the clutch up here for Flavors. Portable radar coming out from 1 player left up. That's going to be Control Swift looking to get an ace in this round. Gas grenade goes out, doesn't connect with anything. The C4 has already been utilized too. And I think the play here for Reindeer is just to go straight for this plant, make something work. Control Swift now goes up through the window. Has Reindeer saw him? No, I don't know if they have. Reindeer takes the first 2 shots. Control Swift though has control of this one-on-one engagement. Reindeer. Oh dear. Okay, my game just lagged there a little bit. I didn't see actually what happened towards the end, but oh, it's Reindeer's nade that got it, and that was kind of unfortunate for Control Swift. They would have had the grenade indicator on their screen, but that frag was perfectly placed. And that means clutching up is going to be Reindeer BK in that 1 versus 2 scenario. Now they're back on the offense for Flavors. And remember, they've already won their round number 1 matchup. Of course, 2.5 Wooks unfortunately didn't turn up to this game. So Dippin' Sticks, Control Swift, and Shawnee have kindly found their way into the match. Flavors. Now starting this one with First Blood. They've made their way towards the A site, the preferred site, of course, on this map. Reindeer BK picks things up, what we call First Blood. Now Dippin' Sticks and Control Swift in a 2 versus 3. And to be fair, for both of these players, once again, they could catch a couple of Flavors players off guard if they get a little bit overzealous. But what Flavors don't realize is that they essentially have a free plant here. I think Huncho's finally going for it. Now maybe not the best timing. C4 thrown out from Huncho, doesn't connect with anyone, goes way past the window, and simultaneously, Control Swift and Dippin' Sticks going to combine for free. A round win for Team Dippin' Sticks here, and of course it will actually be Control Swift coming in with that final kill. You see the C4 fly past him. And M4 variant going to close out the round here. Now, Team Dips and Sticks. 3-2 up in this search and destroy. This is the last defensive round for them. Flavors maybe starting to go towards B here. This would be the strategy. I feel like you kind of need to make it obvious, though, that this isn't what you're doing. Because as soon as Team Dip and Sticks realize that there is no activity over towards A, they will surely rotate back. You're seeing that in your mini-map right now. As Dipping Sticks turns around towards the B site, but Flavors, they're taking this very slowly. They don't actually realize that they essentially have a free plant. They need to make use of it very quickly, and finally Huncho spots out Sean in 3D, gets the free kill. Dipping Sticks, though, takes out Kobe. How quickly does Dipping Sticks look for the second? Unfortunately, not quick enough. This bomb is going down. Now it's going to be a case for a retake for Dipping Sticks and Control Swift. Flavors have one player up top on the roof. Rainer BK has spotted out Dippin' Sticks. Doesn't want to take the shot. The knife in hand. Oh, the drop down, the knife, as Dippin' Sticks climbs the ladder. And now it's a 1 versus 2 for Control Swift. The first kill is made. Rainer BK out of the action. Portable radar coming down. And I will say, portable radar in any situation, I don't know why you play the portable radar and then just challenge the corner straight away, because the portable radar does actually take a few seconds to make its way into the arena map, of course, because it is technically just a helicopter right above you. Not the best utilization of streaks, but alas, we are now having a very close search and destroy here in map number 1 on Crash. 3 for 3. Trading blows are Flavors and Team Dippin' Sticks. Now, Team Dippin' Sticks here. Back on the offense again. We're around number 7. That means we've switched sides. And Huncho having Dippin' Sticks number right off the rip, pre-aiming down the alleyway. Control Swift and Sean in 3D now left up in a 2 versus 3 scenario. Sean in 3D retrieves the bomb. Gives a little bit of information to Huncho. And I do like this proactive play from Huncho. You can start to see now moving up the alleyway. C4 throw now elsewhere. Control Swift takes down Radio BK as the entry towards A opens up. Now Flavors. Almost had an advantage there. Huncho decidedly walks away from that alley fight. And Sean now picking up their first kill in this game on to Kobe. It leaves Huncho in a 1 versus 2. Control Swift and Shawnee 3D will get this bomb down. Uncontested. It's down to Huncho for a retake. C4. Oh, it doesn't connect. You need to do better there. And C4, of course, coming slamming into the doors. That's going to make a fair bit of noise. And Huncho do here. Golden Desert Eagle in hand. Let me tell you, that is a grind for that camo. Del Huncho knows what they're doing with this weapon. Pops up, though. The shot's going down into Shornin. Doesn't finish the kill. 19 seconds left on the clock now. Going to switch to the M4 for the kill. And I like this proactiveness from Huncho. Pre-aims the door. The kill is there. And Control Swift unable to win that fight. Huncho closes things out here with the defuse. And Flavors are going to win that round of a brilliant clutch from Huncho. Now though, Flavors, they have an advantage in this search and destroy. 4 to 3 up over Team Dippin' Sticks. Now, how do Team Dippin' Sticks respond? Once again, they have the bomb in hand. Control Swift is going to be the bomb carrier for this round. Aggression coming out from Team Dippin' Sticks. I believe a stun was thrown out towards Dippin' Sticks' side. For whatever reason, the minimap was going off there for a second. Regardless, though, 2 versus 2 scenario. Huncho down. Now Kobe 2 for Flavors. It's just down to Reindeer BK. In a 1 versus 2 here. Control Swift. Sean in 3D. Reindeer BK goes for the first kill. The shots are pretty accurate, to be fair, but unfortunately for him, gets into a 1 versus 2. And unless you're dual wielding weapons, you can't shoot at 2 players at once. That isn't a feature, just to clarify. You can't actually shoot at 2 players at once. It would be cool, but you can't do it. And Reindeer BK not going to be able to win that one. So 4-4. This has been a very slow burn search and destroy on Crash. And a very close one at that. It's a pity that this isn't actually for any progression in the bracket, because Dip and Sticks, Control Swift, and Sean in 3D are giving a game to Flavors. I should say Huncho, actually. Huncho has been the star performer for Flavors without a shadow of a doubt. That being said now, it's going to be a streak coming in. I love this. This is it. The Hellstorm missile from Huncho going through all of these kills. Will they line up? Unfortunately, I think they may have just taken out the teammates. There it is. Flavors going to get the kill with the cruise missile. You're going to see it here. It takes out a 2-in-1. Both players who were in close proximity wiped out by the streak. Now we switch sides. It is Flavors on map point in this one. It's Team Dip and Sticks it. Looking to push it to a round 11. What can Flavors do on their offense? It is Huncho has been designated as the bomb carrier. Gets spotted out by Dip and Sticks. Does he react? He does, quick enough to get away, but that's rather slow for Huncho, who's had an incredible search and destroy performance at 14-5. I'll be honest in saying I didn't expect that whatsoever. That being said, Team Dip and Sticks here don't really need to do much. They are not the aggressors. 20-3D ducks and able to slide away from that engagement with Reindeer in the mid-map. Elsewhere though, Dip and Sticks going to draw first blood in this one. Kobe, Lothbrock down for the count. And Flavors now have to get this bomb down. 2 versus 3 scenario. Luckily for them, Huncho is behind enemy lines. Bomb in hand. If Control Swift peeks this corner, they could be dead. There's the first kill. Control Swift does peek it. Huncho has just followed them out. Goes for the second kill. Gets it. And now Dip and Sticks, the last player left up the stim. Huncho could re-challenge this fight and goes for it. Gets the kill. Has the support from the teammate. And Flavors pull off the 2 versus 3. An incredibly close first series here between these two sides. But Huncho's 3-piece there, the ace in the final round to close this one out. Perfectly played. And again, congrats to them. 17 kills from Huncho. 17 kills. This guy just went off in the game, and it's not even for anything. It's a show match at this point, unfortunately, again, because 2.5 Wooks didn't turn up to the match, so Flavors are already through. But what a performance there from Huncho. They're going to be giving himself a solid pat on the back after that game number 1 in the best of 3. So that means Flavors are 1-0 up against Team Dip and Sticks. Let's see how they do on map number 2. We'll be moving into Hackney Yard Search and Destroy. Actually, an ex-Call of Duty League map. Of course, it was in the competitive rotation at the start of the season, and when that rotation was actually refined. Unfortunately, Hackney Yard was one of the maps that was on the chopping block for said competitive rotation. That being said, it is an incredibly good map, and it's so fun to play. I don't think we've seen enough of it so far, so I'm very happy to see it being played here, as of course these two teams are going to be going head-to-head for a map number 2 victory. But I'm just going to back it up for a second and say that was an incredibly close game number 1. I loved watching that between those two sides. And it was kind of like methodical as well. It wasn't like they were just running at each other and butting heads in the mid-map or even on either of the sides. It was so slow burn. Both those teams were playing it very methodically, and unfortunately, it doesn't work out for Team Dip and Sticks in the end. Flavors still earning wins here. And if they do win the series, I suppose it kind of like works out in terms of fate, because they did win in the series anyway, so they're earning it via this win versus Team Dip and Sticks. That being said, Hackney Yard Search and Destroy is about to get underway between these two sides. Remember, Flavors being 1-0 up in the best of 3 means that they win this one. they win the series, and we move on to our third match of the night, which will be between PhD and GSD Mania. Now, look, Flavor's actually one player down for now, which is kind of upsetting. So 2 versus 3 for now for Flavors. Team Dip and Sticks have all 3 players currently in. Flavors, though, just rocking it. They don't care. They've got 2 players. They don't mind whatsoever. Moving towards the A-bomb site right at the start here, though. Reindeer catches Dip and Sticks off guard, trying to make a flank happen. And now Flavors, whether they realize it or not, do actually have an entire A site all to themselves. Team Dip and Sticks, they believe that this is a B push. Control Swift sooner or later going to realize it. It's going to be sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, as the bomb is planted over towards B. Now 35 seconds left of the 45 given to get a defuse. Entry player coming in here. Sean in 3D. They're going to find their way under the site. Growl in hands. Stuns being thrown out. Elsewhere, Reindeer BK takes down Control Swift. It is just down to Sean in 1 versus 2. Unable to clutch up there. And Flavors in a 2 versus 3. Kick this one off strong. Now Flavors once again in a 2 versus 3. Remember, guys, that Flavors essentially have to play offense twice more before they switch sides to the defense. So they, well, the ball is in their court, I think it's fair to say. Play aggressors, and Reindeer BK immediately putting those shots into Dipping Sticks, who for me is the star player on their side. Dipping Sticks just playing for all the information right now. Thermal M4 in hand. Looking for this first blood. Smoke goes down. Now, interestingly enough, sorry, it's an MP7, but interestingly, that's actually an interesting setup. You've got an MP7 with a thermal on it. I love this from Dip and Sticks. But it's kind of funny, right? The smoke is thrown down. It'll do realize that Dip and Sticks has a thermal, so it's kind of negated like straight away. Dip and Sticks, they're well aware of where this last player is going to jump down. Look for the final kill. Sitting in the corner is going to be Reindeer BK. Gets distracted by Sean in 3D's entrance onto the site. Dipping Sticks is going to pounce. And team Dip and Sticks here, able to level this search and destroy up at 1 for 1. Now, though, final offensive round for Flavors, who are once again still 2 versus 3. I'm unsure whether or not their final player is going to join at any point in time. That being said, Flavors here still rocking it, still moving, as if they do not have a man disadvantage right off the start. Huncho, though, with bomb in hand, again, doesn't realize that this A site is clear for a plant, and to be fair, it's a big risk. You go for this plant, and there is a play. If there is a player there, you get taken down. You're immediately leaving your teammate in a 1 versus 3, and that's really not something that you want at all, especially when you're in Flavor's position as it is. That being said, Reindeer BK starts being strong in this one. Takes out Sean in 3D. Huncho, I think, maybe finally deciding to go for that plant. Might be a little bit too late, though. Has to be wary of Dipping Sticks coming in on the flank. Huncho with the shots in. Dipping Sticks, though, going to win that fight. Huncho unable to clean up shot. And now Reindeer BK in a 1 versus 2, getting shot from up high. Control Swift has a power position up top on the tower. Reindeer BK going to get the hell out of dodge, the hell out of that gunfight. Now, the smoke from Reindeer BK, that doesn't work out because I believe Dipping Sticks must still have this MP7 thermal. Nade being thrown. Dipping Sticks now looking for this kill. Reindeer BK sitting in the corner, ready for this fight against Dipping Sticks. Reindeer's going to peek first and gets the kill with the hip fire now. 25 seconds left on the clock here. Control Swift with the power position up top L, M4 in hand, and they're going to finish the kill. Team Dipping Sticks now 2-1 up in the search and destroy. Now though, 2-1 up our Team Dipping Sticks. We switch sides as Team Dipping Sticks take the bomb and move it towards A. Now it's going to be a split setup on the defense from Flavors. Unfortunately, that means that as Huncho gets taken down here, there will be no trade. Reindeer BK is over towards the B site. Now, how quickly do Team Dipping Sticks realize this? That's the question. Because they do again have this A site 3 and are now relying on Reindeer BK on the defense to win this 1 versus 3 for Flavors. What can Reindeer do? Doesn't actually spot a player peeking out a window. I think Shonen has their number. Team Dipping Sticks now 3-1 up in this search and destroy. And again, it's so hard to win it. You're in a 2 versus 3. You've got to cover 2 sites, and surely the logical thing to do is to send 1 to A, 1 to B. Unfortunately, though, that doesn't leave much room for mistakes, and Huncho didn't watch their back, instead having their eyes like a hawk on the A site. Gets taken out from behind from Dipping Sticks, leaving Reindeer BK in that 1 versus 3. Now Flavors right back at it again on defense. Can they stop Team Dipping Sticks here? Who are again targeting this A site. Dipping Sticks moves up top. This MP7 has been deadly with the thermal, and looks to be again. It's actually going to be a hybrid site. Huncho gets taken down, and now, well, I'm getting a bit of deja vu here. As Reindeer is in a 1 versus 3. Can they pull it off again? Last time around, didn't even get a kill. This time I surely heard that player to their right. What can Reindeer do? Doesn't have any dead silence. Is far from earning it. But with this bomb going down now, you'd think this would inject a sense of urgency into the round. Reindeer BK sees Dipping Sticks, takes down the player. Is there an immediate reaction from Team Dipping Sticks? There actually is. Sean in 3D checks out top L. Reindeer BK, has they spotted him? Unfortunately not. There we go. Sean in 3D doesn't spot Reindeer though, and that's a bit of an awkward fight. Now Tracker equipped does actually see those footsteps, so maybe a path could be found here for Reindeer BK. Smoke going down, and this is such a perfect play. If Reindeer just jumps on the bomb, what are you doing? Just jump on the bomb. 5 seconds left. They could get this defuse. Oh, unfortunately, doesn't stick it. And Team Dipping Sticks able to win that one-on-one engagement. Control Swift, I think, kind of gifted that situation. Was a fairly misplaced smoke. Unfortunately, just fires it straight at the bomb, so it doesn't cover the whole bomb itself. That being said, again, Flavors, I think they're being very much punished for being 1 man down in this game. As Dipping Sticks control Swift and Shonen breezing through these offensive rounds. Huncho, though, going to kick things off good here on the defense. Takes out Shonen and puts us into a 2 versus 2 scenario. Now there is potential for Reindeer and Huncho to retake this site before Team Dipping Sticks even get this bomb down. Reindeer taking this very, very slowly. They need to quicken the pace up a little bit because the bomb is now down. Now that means they have to preserve 5 seconds to get a defuse. Unfortunately, not going to work out. Huncho falls to control Swift, and Reindeer BK now in a 1 versus 2. Gets the first kill. Now second to the left. Do they get it? Yes, they do. Great retake from Reindeer BK. Great 2-piece to make as Dipping Sticks and control Swift fall out of the round. And I love that from Reindeer. Just pre-aim to the left, inside offices. Picks up the second kill. Just the perfect corner. I think that's great awareness from Reindeer to see the player coming out of the door and go straight for the kill. Oh dear. That being said, now Flavors 2 versus 3. They're back on the offense. Defense hasn't really been good for them. Now, though, I think it's kind of better that they are the ones forcing the issue here on the offense. It works out a little bit better for them because they can play together a lot more without being punished as much. They can also get some split kills onto Dipping Sticks, control Swift and Shonen. Now, though, Huncho and Reindeer, they have the B site in mind for this bomb. Just not sure that they've got full control over it just yet. And they would be right. Of course, there is one player close. That's going to be control Swift. Huncho has to be careful with this move up back. But of course, behind, Dipping Sticks looks to punish. Surely has to spot out Reindeer sooner or later. Goes for the kill, gets it. And now it's a 1 versus 3 for Huncho in this one. Dipping Sticks, Control Swift, and Shonin. Left up, names on the hit list for Huncho, and unfortunately none of them going to go through, and now it's going to leave Team Dipping Sticks on map point here to tie up the series at 1-1. As I said, just one round now needed to be won. And this Flavor side needs to get a little bit more decisive, in my opinion, on their pushes. They felt a little bit too claustrophobic on that B site. Were punished for it. And I love the aggression here coming from Team Dipping Sticks. You can see it as Shonin takes down Huncho with the grout. Dipping Sticks now pushing up as well, and it leaves, of course, Reindeer in a 1 versus 3. I think I've said this so many times. These first bloods just going Team Dipping Sticks' way round after round after round. And Reindeer BK, this caution is really going to come back to bite them in the bum. Reindeer now has been spotted out by Team Dipping Sticks. Of course, bomb in hand. You feel like Reindeer's actually going to move away from this A site, and that is exactly what's going to happen. This could actually outplay Team Dipping Sticks for as long as the player that just crossed the mid-map doesn't spot Reindeer on the rotation, and they don't. As a matter of fact, Reindeer turns around at the exact right time for that kill onto Control Swift. Leaves Dipping Sticks and Shonin now in a 2 versus 1, but I suppose the good thing here for Team Dipping Sticks is they know that the bomb is being planted over at B. Sense of emergency for Dipping Sticks, as it is going to be a closing out 6-2, a much cleaner search and destroy for Team Dipping Sticks. And you'd expect that given the fact that Flavors were actually playing 2 versus 3 the entirety of the time. So they're even lucky to have those 2 early rounds. But I think it didn't take long, and I think that was the problem for Team Flavors. So fortunately for them, they were 2 versus 3. I do have some news though, guys. We're actually going to be ending this match here. I'm unsure where it happens in terms of a win, but I don't think it matters that much again because of the fact that at the end of the day, this match technically isn't in the bracket. Flavors have already beaten 2.5 Wooks by default for the fact that the LAN team didn't actually turn up to the match. So congratulations to Flavors. They are going to be the 11th team in the round of 16, but we still have 5 more spots to give out, guys. PhD versus GSD Mania are going to be fighting out for the 12th spot. We're going to have that match right after this break, guys. Don't go anywhere. And we're back now with the Activision and Blizzard Media Agency Showdown. If you've missed the first 2 matches of the night, don't worry. My name is Infinity, and I'm here to break down all of the action for you guys from the round of 32. As I said, we've already had 2 matches go down tonight, although technically 1. And that means we've already got 2 teams from today's set of 4 matches going through to the next round of play. Those 2 teams, of course, are going to be WQ United, who breezed through their first round matchup 6-0, 6-1, and therefore won 2-0 in the series to make it into the round of 16. And Flavors, who actually just got a bye, essentially, because the team unfortunately couldn't be here for the match. That being said, that means we've got the half of the field from tonight's matches already through to the next round. It's time for us to bring our 12th team into the round of 16. We have PhD going head-to-head with GSD Mania here in the Modern Warfare matches on the Agency Showdown, and I believe our match is pretty much already set to go. It's going to be Gunrunner Search and Destroy for the first match in this series. Gunrunner, again, one of my favorite maps in the game. It is so perfect. It's played in the Call of Duty League for a reason, and it provides some great moments, I feel, to play. I'm not that good on it myself. I will say it. I'm a terrible Call of Duty player. You'll see me roasting some players for maybe the plays that they make. I'm actually terrible at the game. There's no getting around it. There's a reason I cast it and I don't play it. At least they're professional. I don't think I'd ever get to be a professional player. That being said, I've seen some great plays from players here in this tournament, and I reckon if they were to play in challenges at least, which is of course the amateur version of the Call of Duty League, they could maybe do some damage. Who knows? I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere, and a number of these players from, of course, the 20 agencies that have participated in our 32-team tournament here on the Agency Showdown, they have showed some serious promise. So, well, maybe we'll see some more of those great plays as we get into our 3rd match of the evening. Of course, it's PhD going against GSD Mania. And right off the bat, it is going to be PhD starting on the offense. 3 rounds now for them to prove their worth, as the ball is well and truly in their court to make something happen right off the start. GSD Mania now. What can they do? Mantis going for a flank. GSD Mania being very methodical on this retake of the site. Mantis goes for those shots, gets them into Floyd. Now Cat's Pajamas and Josh John hit. 2 versus 3. Bomb is down. Looking for these kills. GSD Mania looking for the retake. Mantis gets the 2nd in the round. Looking for the 3rd right in front of him. And a great ace to kick things off from Mantis from GSD Mania. And I like that they didn't just rush straight into the retake there. They took their time, eliminated their opposition one by one. I say they. It's Mantis. Just one player that came through and eliminated the opposition. So great play from Mantis. Already kicking things off with a flawless 3-0 start. And now on defense here, we'll see what can GSD Mania do once again. As I said, Mantis having a great start. Now, what you will see here from GSD Mania, if they have any idea about competitive strategies at the very least, is a defensive B, because that is the most common bomb site teams go to. And then a rotation to A, because it is so much easier to retake off the back of rotation than it is to retake B. And that is how this round is, of course, going to play out. Once again, PhD have made their way over towards the A-bomb site. Now, I don't like this from Cat's Pajamas. I'll be honest. I feel like if you have the bomb in hand, you maybe shouldn't be the player that's pushing out first. And that's exactly why Mantis wins that fight. Leaves the bomb in a precarious position. Mantis wins a 2nd. I feel Pod Race and Dime W1 CS3 here. Or a Dime Wise, actually. I think that's how I'll read that. They're just letting Mantis get all of these kills. Pod Racing is down. Josh John now going to get that kill and a 2nd ace here concurrently from Mantis to close out the round. GSD Mania are looking solid here on the defense. You're going to see Mantis just waiting to see which side of the train car Josh John pops out of. Mantis punishes with that MP5 kill in hand. Six 6-0 start from Mantis. The only other player to get any kills on the map so far has been Josh John with that kill onto Pod Racing in the prior round. GSD Mania looking solid here, only 2 rounds in. And this time around, they've have gone straight for an A push. Time-wise, to get punished from a great snipe from Floyd. That's what you love to see, and a much better start here on the push. This AX50 has been crucial as Pod Racing tries to go for the retake. Mantis for a way in, actually going to use a streak to go straight towards the site. Unfortunately for Mantis, that's really not going to work. And to be honest, I really cannot see this round going GSD Mania's way whatsoever. Mantis has to have an incredible retake to the site, pretty much flawless. And with 20 seconds left, this is going to be a tough ask for Mantis. We'll see what damage they can do, though. Going to be walking through the door. Let's get the one kill onto Floyd, but now 10 seconds to work with to jump on the defuse. I really don't know if there's any chance here, and now as that timer ticks past 5 seconds, the round has been won by PhD. Mantis does get one kill before it finishes, and that explosion from Cat's Pajamas is going to earn them the first kill of the game. And a first round for PhD here. That was great. And that opening snipe was so crucial. Takes out one of the players, I think really pushes this GSD Mania, sorry, off guard. Now PhD here. Got players on the defense. GSD Mania, I believe, have employed a counter UAV to stop PhD's minimap from working. Pod Racing going to get this bomb down. And this is kind of what I expected from GSD Mania. Push towards the B side. Great kill from Pod Racing as Cat's Pajamas falls out of the round. And now it's down to Floyd and Josh John here in a 2 versus 3. Floyd going to be the first player up to bat. Josh John immediately close to. This minimap still messed up for a PhD. Retake, Josh John going through the mid-map. Floyd going to fall to Pod Racing. Pod Racing looking for the final kill. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get it. GSD Mania able to win that round. And again, that push towards B, it's why it is so favoured. You can basically get there before the opposition. And there's the Renetti. I said we wanted to see it, and Mantis uses it in that round. Round number 5 now. It is once again GSD Mania with the bomb in hand. Pod Racing is going to be the designated bomb carrier for GSD Mania. I've got to call it as well. 4 rounds into this game. 5 now, technically. Mantis is on 9 kills. That is just an insane performance from this player. Almost make it 10. Pod Racing steals it, though. Some extra bullets into the body coming in from Dime. Not quite sure why that was done. I don't think Dime really has a leg to stand on there, given the fact that they don't have a kill in this game thus far. Killing spree for Mantis, though. Deary me. 10 kills straight. As GSD Mania now reduce this PhD side down to just 1 player. Floyd has to pull off a retake with the AX50 in hand. Has actually spotted out Dime. Looking for this first blood. Unfortunately, Floyd just pulls away as the line of sight is given. Oh my word. Scar is going to earn that first kill. Now it's down to Mantis here in a 1 versus 1 clutch. Just have to stop this bomb from being defused. Floyd's going to jump straight on it. I don't know if Mantis is going to get there in time. It only takes 5 seconds to defuse. Floyd goes for it. The push coming in from Mantis. The defuse, I believe, came in. And I love that heads-up play from Floyd. Doesn't bother to go for the kill. And I actually think that's the better play, if anything, because I don't know if you're going to beat out Mantis in a one-on-one engagement in their current form. But what a round win there from Floyd. That is a heads-up play and a half. And that's how PhD are going to beat out GSD Mania right now. And to be fair, they're not that far behind. Only 1 round deficit. With a player going 11-1 right off the start here. That is an achievement and a half. Mantis going to surely fall in this round. And that's a great flank from Cat's Pajamas. Mantis didn't expect that. You can see Mantis actually about to utilize the heartbeat sensor before dying. And now this round comes down to a 1 versus 3. Dime-wise has to earn their first kill of the game. Can't actually do it. has put, I think, about 1 million shots into Josh John. Oh my god, can you finish the kill, please, Dimewise? That's all I want. That's all I ask. You've attempted to get that kill 3 times now. Stun thrown out. Dimewise, I think, really stuck between a rock and a hard place here as he's been surrounded by 3 different players, shot from behind. Inevitable that PhD are able to tie this one up. And to be honest, after a brilliant start from GSD Mania, I didn't expect this whatsoever. That being said, now PhD on the offense once again. Of course, this is round number 7. Earlier on, they didn't seem too confident. Come around though, straight push towards A. Pod Racing picks up first blood. This is Pod Racing. There's that player picks up 2 kills, and now of course Floyd left up gets flanked by the one player. I believe that would have been Mantis picking up that kill. And GSD Mania answer back very swiftly. And I do like the aggression there from PhD. It's just that A is not the favoured bomb site. And I feel like PhD should adapt. I mean, A hasn't really worked out for them all that much. They've only won 1 offensive round so far in this game. I would have expected some kind of change of movement here. But once again, PhD, back to the old faithful. They still really love this A site. GSD Mania now have Mantis on the flank. That door would have surely been heard. Cat Pajamas once again inside the exact same place that they took out Mantis previously. Dimewise now in a 1 versus 3. I've seen this before. And it's not going to work out well. Dimewise. Oh, mortal enemy in Josh John as well. Continually putting shots. I would love to see the statistic damage that Dimewise has put into Josh John over the course of the first 8 rounds here on Gunrunner Search and Destroy, because I feel like it would be quite a lot for all the times that they've been unable to kill Josh John. Now they 4-4 in this one. PhD doing a great job at staying level with GSD Mania. And I think more importantly, they've actually put a stop to Mantis. You got to think, it was only 4 rounds in which Mantis had already picked up 11 kills. Now just on 12. 3 rounds later. Start of this one though. Pod Racing picks up that first blood. Cat's Pajamas and Floyd here in a 2 versus 3. Heartbeat sensor, which I haven't seen all that well utilized today, is now being used by Floyd to reveal some positioning of Pod Racing and Dimewise here. Floyd looking for this kill. Does get it onto Pod Racing. So now Mantis and Dimewise left up in a 2 versus 2. Don't know if it's reliable to leave Dimewise to cover B. Mantis is going to actually get some eyes on 2 players in the mid-map. Finishes the first kill onto Floyd. Walks away with their life. And now Cat's Pajamas left up. 1 versus 2 here. I feel like if they can get that first kill, maybe it's possible. But unfortunately, Mantis wins that fight. And now GSD Mania are on map point here in our first game of this series. Good to see now. PhD Mania. PhD, sorry. Versus GSD Mania. And PhD force a round 11 out of this situation. They've swapped sides once again. Round number 10. It is GSD Mania now with the bomb in hand. They have to force the issue. Floyd up top with that AX50. Has actually seen success. Pod Racing has fallen victim to this snipe a couple of times in this game. GSD Mania, they are going to get that bomb down. The Semtex goes out. It doesn't unfortunately connect. Now they're relying on this flank from Cat's Pajamas. Unfortunately, Cat's Pajamas' number has been taken down. Pod Racing and Mantis win their respective one-on-ones. And it's down to Josh John to save this one. As GSD Mania have all 3 players up. We need a clutch from Josh John with this M13 in hand. This is a big ask to take. That M4 has been used. Does actually tag Dimewise, but of course, as I said previously, that's not the player you want to take down. Mantis and Quad Racing gonna combine for 2. And GSD Mania taking this one rather closely. I think a little more closely than maybe it should have been against PhD Mania, but regardless, Mantis there with that MP5 kill, able to close out the game, coming in from behind. And what a performance it was from Mantis. Started that game 4 rounds in, ladies and gents, with 11 kills. Only managed to get 5 in the latter 6 rounds. But regardless, that start from Mantis absolutely, I feel at the very least, propelled GSD Mania to that map 1 victory. And that means, of course, they are going to be 1-0 up in the series. Now, if you've been asleep for days 1 and 2 of the action, and of course the first 2 matches of day 3, well, you won't know that the format is best of 3 here on Call of Duty Modern Warfare in Search and Destroy. So of course that first map victory for GSD Mania now means that they only need to win 1 more to be the 12th team in the round of 16. So map number 2 is going to get underway any second now. We're going to be moving into a Master Search and Destroy, and that is going to be the battleground upon which these 2 teams will be taking each other on. Now it's down to PhD. They need a flawless Search and Destroy performance. There's very little room for error here, I feel, in this Agency Showdown. And, well, PhD, they're going to need a great performance here on Ramazzo S&D. Keep an eye on the MP5. And we've seen, actually, given how good one particular player is on GSD Mania with this MP5, that maybe they could have a great performance here as we move into Ramazzo Search and Destroy. Now, though, the map is about to get underway. Remember, GSD Mania are now 1-0 up in the series. That means they win this map. They go through the 12th team in the round of 16. PhD, they win this. They force a map 3. Let's see if they can do it. PhD. With the bomb in hand, they're the first team on offense. Moving towards B. I do like this from PhD. I also like the defense from GSD Mania. They've gone with a pretty standard setup that you do see very often in the Call of Duty League. With Pod Racing and Dimewise in control of that Grandma's building. Unfortunately, first gunfight goes the way of PhD. That's going to leave Dimewise in a rather awkward predicament. RPGs coming flying at him. Dimewise going to have to get away unscathed. Fortunately for them, they're about to be challenged from Cat's Pajamas, and there's the gunfight win. It leaves Mantis in a 1 versus 1 now. Looking for the ace, clutch up, and the kill comes in for Cat's Pajamas. I love this from Cat's Pajamas. What a win there. As PhD are going to start this series 1-0. Mantis tries to start just as flawlessly as they did on Gunrunner, but it doesn't work out here. Now PhD 1-0 up, and I actually didn't realize that was a full-on ace at the start of this one from Cat's Pajamas, so they have done very well right off the start of this one to give PhD the lead. Now PhD switching up the strategy for round number 2. They're going towards the A site, and their only challenger is actually going to be Mantis. Pulls out that heartbeat sensor. Of course, the problem for GSD Mania is actually that PhD have a personal radar out, that helicopter flying above, and what you can probably hear is going to be Cat's Pajamas kill streak. That's what they've got for earning those first 3 kills in the first round. But that threat's been dealt with very swiftly. Cat's Pajamas already out of the round. Mantis now trying to go for the retake. Floyd going to fall to a greatly placed C4 from Dimewise. Down to Josh John in a 1 versus 3. Gets the first 2 kills on the Pod Racing and Dimewise. The third, though, isn't going to happen. Mantis comes jumping down behind to close out the round and pick up the kill. Mantis getting a little bit confident there in that gunfight. You can absolutely see. Now though, PhD. But actually kind of split the difference across the map here. You can see it. Number 3, Josh Sean has moved across the bridge, maybe opening up the map for an A push, but instead, this bomb in Cat's Pyjama's hands is going towards B. Floyd, though, going to be making some noise over at B, while this rotation comes in from Cat's Pyjamas towards A, straight across the mid-map. They cut it, but GSD Mania are wise to this rotation. Mantis puts the shots in. Fortunately, not able to finish that kill. Mantis now has to go for a retake as the bomb is down. Elsewhere, Pod Racing takes down Floyd, deals with the threat over towards B. Of course, that's really not the issue at hand, though, for GSD Mania. They need to deal with Josh John. And oh my goodness, Josh John deals with Mantis rather swiftly. That's going to be Pod Racing and Dimewise here in a 2 versus 2. Got to retake this site. Cat's Pyjamas gets caught out in the corner. Pod Racing going to win that fight. Dimewise falls to their mortal enemy in Josh John, and now Josh John looking for an ace in the round. Pod Racing, though, going to get straight on the defuse, and again, that's the kind of heads-up play that you'd love to see. PhD actually did that to GSD Mania in Gunrunner, if you remember, very early on. Great heads-up call to realise that, to be honest, Josh John is probably not going to check that bomb with any urgency. Now PhD 2-1 down in this search and destroy. As we switch sides, it is GSD Mania now going towards this B site. They've got 2 players from PhD to deal with. That's going to be number 3 and number 2 on the minimap, Josh John and Floyd. Josh John has actually had a great start to this game of search and destroy. He is absolutely on form, and I believe is now firing rocket launcher shots. That's actually going to be Floyd. Josh John, though, going to capitalise on a weak Pod Racing. Takes down that kill. Mantis and Dimewise now left up in the 2 versus 3. They have to be wary, though, because a player is on their way round for a flank. That's going to be Cat's Pyjamas sooner or later. GSD Mania are either going to fall foul or make a move. Cat's Pyjamas going for the fight. Going to catch Dimewise off guard. Now it's Mantis in a 1 versus 2. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. And, of course, Cat's Pyjamas will know Mantis' location because of the fact that they have Tracker attached as a perk. Mantis surely going to be flanked any second now. Cat's Pyjamas coming in from behind, and I love it, flank. Perfectly played from PhD. GSD Mania here. I think they've really met a genuinely interesting match in their round 1 game. GSD Mania now, where do they take this bomb? Of course, B didn't work out last time, and I feel like they're angling for an A just because of that reason, but they do have to be very wary. Cat's Pyjamas is over towards that A site. Guardian of Construction. GSD Mania now have to cross this bridge knowing that there is a player ready to L-trigger and take them down, or alternatively, they could rotate over towards the B site, where currently there are no players guarding it. Have to be very wary though, because Josh John is going for a flank. Pod Racing and Mantis going to sandwich them out of the round, and now GSD Mania have opened this round up for a great rotation towards B. Nobody on PhD is going to react rather proactively to it. Smoke coming down from Pod Racing. They are ready for this plant. Here we go. So this plant will go down. PhD now left up to Cat's Pyjamas and Floyd. Cat's Pyjamas has already made this rotation. The first kill, the flanks from Cat's Pyjamas are so deadly, and I'm very surprised that GSD Mania haven't been wise to it whatsoever. I don't know why you wouldn't have someone watching your back. Cat's Pyjamas. Floyd now opting for this pinch. Mantis takes that forward, so it's now one-dimensional attack. Cat's Pyjamas coming in from behind. First blood right in front of them. Pod Racing down, and Semtex thrown out. Mantis now in this one-on-one. Unfortunately for Cat's Pyjamas, they realise there's not much time left on the clock. They go for the defuse, and Mantis able to capitalise on it with that kill. Kind of unfortunate timing there for Cat's Pyjamas. They were actually pre-aiming for a moment. That being said now, PhD and GSD Mania going at it once again. GSD Mania 3-2 up in this game. They have an ever so slight advantage. And on the last offensive round, let's see if they can further it. Straight towards B they go. An interesting one-on-one engagement taking place on the bridge towards construction. Cat's Pajamas going to scare off Mantis for now. But now I swear it's going to be Floyd and Josh John. You're ready. And now I've just realized, switching over to Floyd, that it isn't actually an RPG that's causing GSD Mania troubles over towards this B site. It is in fact a grenade launcher attachment on the Scar. There it is. Sent out towards Pod Racing. Pod Racing gets damaged quite heavily, but at least now they know where Floyd is located. Sniper rifle coming out from Floyd. I love the overkill strategy, but unfortunately, Floyd is going to have to back away from the fight. But look at this. Once again, GSD Mania, they just never learn. Cat Pajamas coming in on the flank, able to pick up one. Dimewise doesn't return fire. Pajamas short of being afforded that second kill. No, Dimewise actually has just the second kill of the game. Caps Pajamas now down for the count, but it is Dimewise in a 1 versus 2. Has to pull off an ace hit to win this round. They've got the bomb. Now the question is, do they have the time to go rotate towards A and plant it, or do they go straight for this B plant? I feel like they might do. Got to be careful with those doors, and I like it. They've got some situational awareness. They know that they have to be careful with the noise they're making with the doors. I think Dimewise now going to go straight towards this A plant. I don't think Floyd is even going to be able to get there in time to stop the plant. Now it's all about their reactions as Dimewise adds another 35 seconds on the clock. Bomb is down. Dimewise doesn't actually hear Floyd. Now, theoretically speaking, I do kind of feel like PhD could probably just go straight for the defuse here. Dimewise has some shots fired their way. Floyd going to be responsible for that one. Josh John now making their way over to help out. Of course, if they can double challenge, which means to go up Dimewise both at the same time, this would be good. C4 now is going to be hacked from Josh John. That was actually a great play from Dimewise. I didn't realize that they actually planted on the defuse. It's not going to matter, though. The heads-up play from Josh John to just jump on the defuse. Dimewise is not wise to it. And, well, PhD now going to even up things here at 3 for 3. And I swear this is exactly what happened on Gunrunner. These two teams were so evenly matched there. They're evenly matched once again. PhD now on offense once again, though. Cat's Pajamas with bomb in hand. Where do they go with this? They've opted to go through the mid-map. GSD Mania have put all their eggs in one basket. All 3 players leaning towards that B site. And with Pod Racing taking out Floyd, now it's a 3 versus 2. GSD Mania hit. What can they do on the offense? Once again, they're still hunting down these PhD players, but I think PhD just somewhat slipping the net, and I think they're very lucky, to be honest, that GSD haven't found them out. Finally, an engagement comes to pass. Josh John able to take down Pod Racing, and now it's all down to Dimewise in defense of this B site. The amount of noise that Josh John is making inside Grandma's, Dimewise is absolutely aware that a player is right next to him. Dimewise, though, could be the key here for GSD Mania. Picks out this window, gets the kill. The C4 is thrown. Not going to be able to get the kill straight away. Finally does, but that's not before the bomb is planted. Now just down to Josh John in a 1 versus 2. The C4 is thrown out, and a player, Mantis as a matter of fact, just jumps straight on the defuse. GSD Mania going to win it off the back of that. Perfectly played, and I love the way, and I think this is probably the first time I've seen it where a team isn't really waiting to wipe out the opposition. They just jump on the defuse because they know there's really no urgency in checking these sites. So, brilliantly played. And it is going to be GSD Mania with a slight advantage over PhD here. 4 to 3 up. And it looks like it's going to be a blind rush for both of these teams towards B. Neither really unaware about how much a rush this is from the other side. Floyd going to be the first player from PhD to get right involved in the action. Cat's Pajamas has been control of the power position in top window. Shots going down. Caspajama's going to walk away from that fight. Keep an eye on Josh John as well. Engineering a good pincer movement. And with Floyd winning that fight onto Dimewise now, this is going to make it infinitely harder for GSD Mania to win this round. They're in 2 versus 3 scenario. And PhD, I love this confidence. They have a clear path to go planet A. They don't even want it. They're going straight to this B push. Mantis, though, is looking to punish, but it doesn't matter. Catspajamas are on point. And now Pod Racing is defending this B site. And if I'm PhD, I do not plant a B. I don't think this is advisable at all. Pod Racing in a 1 versus 2. It's preoccupied with the fight from Josh John. Going to get flanked from Catspajamas. And we are seeing a 4-4 situation here. GSD Mania just couldn't win that round. It will actually be Josh John closing that fight, but make no mistake, Catspajamas coming in from behind, putting some shots into the last remaining player definitely helps that situation. Now PhD, 3 versus 3 here against GSD Mania. Once again, they've opted to go for a mid push. It does leave the option open to go towards A. Now, they don't quite know it yet, because obviously they don't see what we see in Codcaster mode. But they do have an open sight over towards A. For now, though, Mantis takes out Josh John. Catspajamas responds very swiftly by eliminating Mantis from the round. Pod Racing and Dimewise now, they've got to clutch up. Pajamas looking to go on a flank. Has Pod Racing worked this one out? I don't think they have. Catspajamas goes for the flank. Pod Racing takes down Pod and turns around for the kill as well. A turn on as Catspajamas cannot win the fight. And oh dearie me, that's not nice. Pod Racing takes Floyd, taking shots from behind, turns around, and Catspajamas is just not accurate there whatsoever. A free kill and chuckles it. PhD now. They've been in this situation before. They were 5-4 down. They lost 6-4 on Gunrunner Search and Destroy. They're 1-0 down in the series. They lose this round. They're out of the tournament. And what a shame that would be, because the performance from specifically Catspajamas and Josh John has been pretty good, I'd say. Both players have been making meaningful contributions to this PhD side. Floyd, of course, has had their moments too. GSD Mania, though, looking to close it out in this round. Bomb in hand. A is the target. If they can take out Catspajamas, I'd say that would put them a long way to winning this round. But once again, just like we saw in the last round, Catspajamas takes a little bit too long to get that kill onto Pod Racing, playing with their food somewhat. And now GSD Mania have full control over the A site. They're taking out the biggest threat, I feel at least, on PhD. And now GSD Mania looking to win this one. Find a bomb just yet. They don't want it. Pod Racing takes down Floyd, and now it's just a 1 versus 3. Sorry, for Floyd, actually. Josh John is out of the round. And this is Floyd's time to shine. He's had not the best game so far at 2-7. Needs to win a 1 versus 3. Needs to pick up the fuse to win the round. And Pod Racing is going to be able to close it out. GSD Mania with a 6-4 performance on Search and Destroy are going to be able to take this one 2-0 in the series. You're going to see Pod Racing close it out here with your final kill. 3 aims the doorway. Lloyd had no chance, of course, because they have to play aggressor. And a great win there in our third series of the evening. A great performance again by GSD Mania. They are now 2-0, and they will be moving on as the 12th team to make it into the round of 16. So congratulations to them. A very well-deserved victory and a very close-fought battle, I feel, from PhD. I think given how many times we've seen a very close matchup here in the Agency Showdown, this is actually, I think, one of the closer ones. And every single round was tense. So commiserations to PhD. I feel like if they maybe would have played someone else in the tournament, they might have got through to round 2. But GSD Mania are going to be able to get the better of them, and they will be moving on in the tournament. So congratulations to them. Again, they are the 12th team to join 11 other squads in the round of 16. We still have 4 more spots to give out, one of which will be given out after a quick break. We have 4 p.m. clean out, taking out Farm Team in the last series of the night. Don't go anywhere, guys, because it'll be the last match to come here on the Agency Showdown. Hey everybody, we're back now with the final match of the night in the Activision Blizzard Media Agency Showdown. If you're just joining us, well, you've missed a lot of great Call of Duty Modern Warfare action. Of course, 3 teams tonight have been given spots in the round of 16. And just to give you a quick run through of how these matches have gone so far, at the very start of the evening, we had WQ United taking on the Gulag guys, and WQ United actually dominated that matchup. They won 6-0, 6-1. It was a great performance pretty much all the way throughout, and I'm very excited to see how they perform in the round of 16 next week. Then it was followed by a match that didn't kind of happen. Flavors actually managed to get essentially a forfeit win against 2.5 Wooks, so they're going to be going through without really any problems at all into the round of 16. Finally, we just had GSD Mania taking on PhD. It was a quick 2-0. I mean, the maps themselves are pretty close. 6-4 wins in both occasions for GSD Mania. So they will be going through as the third team from today. And that leaves our total teams right now, I believe, at 12 going through to the round of 16. That means 4 total slots are left in the next round of single elimination bracket play. And now we're going to have our final match of today on stream. It's going to be 4 p.m. clean out against the farm team. Again, kind of ironic. It's not 4 p.m., not in my time zone or everyone in America. I don't think there's a single time zone right now where it's 4 p.m. There actually might be. There might be, actually. I'll take that back. They might be playing on the West Coast. So I apologize for that one. Regardless, though, it is 4 p.m. clean out going head-to-head with farm team for that very last spot in the tournament. And where better to start this matchup off than on Crash? That is going to be the map for this series. Technically speaking, we haven't had any game freeze today. Not a single match has gone to the third and final map, because of course this is being played on a best 3 format. So maybe this is going to be the conclusion where we get a map-free performance from both of these teams. Again, going with this, I don't know. Who knows? Any of these players could be future challengers or even future Call of Duty League stars. So who knows what will happen. Again, I have seen some great performances from players across the board here in these round of 32 matches. So everyone who has participated in this tournament should well, we're very thankful for everyone who has participated, and B, they should be very proud of themselves, because again, the performances, I think I am very, very happy with the standard of play that I've seen in the round of 32 thus far. Let's see if that standard can be held up by 4 p.m. cleanout and farm team, though, as we get into the match. Of course, as I said, Crash is going to be starting this series off. Let's see how they managed it. Now, it's going to be 4 p.m. cleanout, starting on the defense. Now, as I've said previously, Crash is a bit of I guess, an anomaly in terms of maps, because the bomb sites aren't the best balanced. Of course, B sits literally right in front of where 4 p.m. cleanout have spawned. So farm team would, of course, prefer to go towards this A site, and that seems to be where they're angling. Now, what I will say is 4 p.m. cleanout haven't done that great of a job of covering this A site for now. Their map control is more centered around the B bomb site. So farm team, whether they realize it or not, actually have a free plant over towards B. Finally, our first engagement comes to pass. Grey Money tries to go for a flank towards A. Doesn't work out. Beaumont takes that kill, and now farm team, whether they realize it or not, they do have a free plant over to A. Now that that heartbeat sensor is popped off, Beaumont will now know. You should see farm team make their move towards the site. The bomb in hand for B-Man. Farm team now looking to plant this bomb. How quickly do 4 p.m. cleanout really react? That's the question for me. KSAT's going for the longest flank in human history. Tedwick still convinced that this is a B push. Has a sniper right in the back of the map covering the site. Unfortunately for Tedwick, it's not going to be B whatsoever. It's going to be A. This is a much, much harder bomb to take. Now, luckily, I feel Tedwick's sniper rifle could actually be rather handy here if they snap onto the players correctly. Unfortunately, not going to happen. Beaumont opens things up strongly with the kill onto Tedwick, and now it's down to KSAT in a 1 versus 3. Trying to jump up onto the half wall. Actually has a nice line of sight into the bomb. Gets that first kill onto Hendricks, but 14 seconds left. I very much doubt there's enough time to storm the site and get the defuse. KSAT is going to heartbeat sensor. I believe that Beaumont and B-Man will be using variations of Cold-Blooded or Ghost, whichever is the perk that covers them up on the heartbeat sensor. But it will be a lovely proximity mine aka the Bouncing Betty, for those of you who still have Modern Warfare 3, to close out the round. Now, the 4 p.m. clean out here on the defense. Going to have to be very cautious on the defense straight away because Hendrix going to win that first gunfight. Second gunfight being won by Beeman with the Grout. And now already a 3 versus 1. It's KSAT's here looking to defend this B site. Going to be dealing with a personal radar on the map too. Farm team now surely have the advantage. Now, this personal radar should technically speaking reveal that nobody is on B. Of course, they could be of the impression that KSATS has Ghost on the class. We don't really know. That information is not made available to us. Now, the 4 p.m. clean out. What can KSATS do to win this round? Jumping down, taking a lot of fall damage off the back of that. Trying to traverse the map, not the best start to retaking this site, but it's MP7 variant in hand. Going to use the heartbeat sensor again, doesn't tag anybody on farm team, so earning no information from that. They've got to go sooner or later, 25 seconds left, and once again, KSAT falls to the proximity mine. That's kind of funny in a way that farm team are placing these so well. At the same time, I feel extremely bad for them, but they just can't manage these retakes at all. Now, 4 p.m. clean out on the defense here. Once again, they haven't had the best start to this series. Farm team looking to make it flawless right off the start here. Unfortunately, not going to score first blood early on. Keep an eye on grey money on the mini-map. Could really cause some issues for farm team as they make this approach towards B. That's if they do at all. You can see now looking to reposition potentially towards A, or maybe just going to go straight through the mid-street towards B. Beaumont does actually see somebody, I believe, on the heartbeat sensor to the right, 23.9 meters away. That's what the heartbeat sensor is telling Beaumont. Farm team now 2-0 up here. What can they do? 1 minute left on the clock. Not a lot of time to plant this bomb, and yet still, farm team aren't really pushing the issue all that well. Farm team now finally entering the bomb site. Again, this is entirely uncontested. 4 p.m. clean out don't seem all that salient to the issue. Now it's got to be a retake from 4 p.m. clean out. Tedwick actually going to start this one strong. Lovely snipes up top. This cover fire could be very crucial, but got to be careful that they don't die to B-Man from up top. That is exactly what happens. This cover fire from B-Man could be absolutely crucial because there is really only one way to get into the site. And these proximity mines, so deadly. KSATS has actually managed to slip the net somewhat, make their way into the site. Makes it a one-on-one engagement versus Hendrix. And there we go. Hendrix is going to get the kill. Farm team makes it a flawless offensive performance here. And Crash so far before we get the round switch. The Ram 7, of course, a weapon that is essentially just a reskinned TAR from the old days of Modern Warfare 2. Now, 4 p.m. cleanup. Once again, aiming for an A push. This time it's a lot quicker, but guess what? Farm team, they're there. Very aggressive from them. Keep an eye on Beaumont, of course, because that MP7 in hand, very deadly with it. I feel like... Oh, Hendrix! Again, the proximity mines. I feel like 4 p.m. cleanup might want to be a little bit better at looking down at the ground. I mean, I know that you're not supposed to look down when you're walking forwards, not in real life or in Call of Duty, but this might be one of those times where it might just be better to be cautious because, again, the amount of kills that have gone down to proximity mines in this game has been pretty crucial to Farm Team's current advantage in this one. And Hendrix pulls off an ace in that round, finishes off the TAR 21, or the round 7, I should call it, because that is technically its name in this game. Farm Team looking to have a flawless search and destroy performance here on Crash. Walker and clean out. Going towards B. Farm Team have actually, again, aggressively attacked A, believing that to be the target of attack. But cruise missile from Farm Team. Hendrix now making use of the streaks that he earned off the back of that free piece in the prior round. And he is going to see these players making that rotation very quick. Does only get one, but still now, KSEX being down means that 4 PM cleanup are one player down in this round. Almost dies to another proximity mine there, but Grey Money going to get taken out by Beeman anyway, and now it's down to Tedwick. 1 versus 3. Only the M13 to work if I believe that Tedwick is running overkill. Gas grenade getting thrown out, but that's not going to really connect with anybody at all. And actually, surely going to fall here to Tedwick. Fortunately, doesn't spot Tedwick or being taken down. So this is still possible for Tedwick. 1, 2 players left. Hendrix and Beaumont to fall, but Tedwick is being hunted. Hendrix going to get the kill, and that's a beautiful play from Farm Team again at 5th round straight. 4 PM clean out. They're having moments where they seem to be a lot better off, but still, Farm Team just look like they've got their head in the game a little bit better at the moment. Now for a 6-0 sweep, 4 PM clean out on the offense. Farm Team, they have played this so well, and once again, they're sending 2 players straight towards A. Hendrix and Beaumont will get there first before 4 PM clean out. And there it is, once again, proximity mine. Hendrix slams one down right in front of the entrance. Grey Money now down for the count. KSATs and Tedwick now have to save this round. If not, Grey Money will finish this search and destroy on a donut. Farm Team hit, defending this A site, and it is of course the right call to make. Now for the entrance, unfortunately doesn't work out, and it's now down to KSATs. 1 versus 3. Farm Team surely going to close this one out, and there it is. Farm Team are going to finish this one 6-0. Hendrix, that proximity mine again. I really feel like it just pushed 4 PM clean out back time and time again. Farm Team looks just a lot better here on search and destroy. What a performance there in map number 1 from Farm Team. A killing spree to close out the game from Hendrix, of course. I believe he actually managed to finish up on a 11 kill spree. That is an insane performance from Hendrix in that game. Of course, ended up on 12 kills in total. Had support from Beeman and Beaumont, who combined for 6. And 6-0 search and destroy. Brilliant performance on Crash from the Farm Team. I need to see better from 4 PM clean out if they want to survive in this tournament. Remember, it is single elimination. If whichever team loses this, they're done in the tournament. There is no double elimination. There is no lower bracket like you might see in an esports tournament. This is, as we said, it's single elimination. So there's only one chance for these 2 sides. But now we go into the next map in the series. It's going to be St. Petrograd Search and Destroy. And we'll see now whether or not these 2 sides will be done after this map. Again, I mean, if Hendrix performs like that, it's going to be done pretty quickly. That being said, one thing I will say, I think where 4 PM could maybe just get a little bit better, it's kind of like an immediate improvement, is just be more aware of where you're running and such, where maybe there is proximity mines. I'm not aware of whether or not 4 PM clean out maybe a Call of Duty League team, like as in that they play competitive Call of Duty, and therefore they wouldn't be dealing with proximity mines in any regular situation. That being said, of course, they do have to deal with those proximity mines now and need to be a little bit more aware of being taken out from Farm Team. So that being said, of course, map number 2 I think is ready to get started. It's going to be St. Petrograd Search and Destroy for what could be the final map of today's games here in the Agency Showdown. I will quickly plug though, please subscribe to the YouTube channel because of course I will be going live tomorrow, I believe, for the final day of action in week 1, and you do want to be notified when we do go live because of course this action has been so fun. It's been brilliant to cast, and of course you don't want to miss the final few games in the round of 32. So Then Petrograd, search and destroy. The map is ready to get started. And again, if the farm team here take this one, they will be going through 2-0. And we will have had a full day of 2-0 performances. No pushback from any of the teams that lost today. Let's see what 4 PM Cleanout can do, though. They're starting things on the offense. Grey Money, KSATs, and Tedwick. Seems to be taking this one rather slow. Of course, Pool Hall is widely regarded as in the defensive spawn. So 4 PM Cleanout haven't actually moved from the spawn, as it were. Right now, Farm Team going to be taking advantage of that. B-Man and Beaumont playing this one very aggressively. B-Man putting his first shots in, unable to finish the kill for now. Finally does so. The Growl, a great weapon. Oh, dearie me. B-Man puts a Claymore down right in front of Tedwick, and unfortunately, Tedwick doesn't have enough time to walk away from the fight. Now it's KSATs 1 versus 3. Brilliant performance. And Farm Team once again able to wipe out 4 PM Cleanout. Now, I said they needed to be cautious. I don't know if it needed to be that cautious, I think is more to the point. Hendrix able to punish with a rather quick flank with the Ram 7. Now, 4 PM Cleanout here. 1-0 down in this search and destroy. Farm Team, once again, aggressive on the defense. I like this from 4 PM Cleanout. They've decided to change up their strategy somewhat. They've gone through the mid-map. As KSATs and Tedwick make their way. Farm Team do have one player who is essentially just sitting in the spawn right now, Grey Money. Now, Farm Team. Again, they don't even have to do anything right now, of course. They don't want to play too aggressively. Of course, maybe 4 PM Cleanout can force a mistake. But as 4 PM Cleanout make their way towards the B site, the first issue, the first port of call is going to be for Hendrix. Of course, with the Ram 7 in hand, had a great performance on Crash. Unable to finish that first kill onto KSAT's going to have to walk away from the fight for now. And that, of course, is going to open up the chance here for 4 PM Cleanout to get the bomb down. Elsewhere, Bowman takes out struggling Grey Money at the back of the map. And now Farm Team here, very much with an advantage. They've got full control over the B site. 4 PM Cleanout have to get past Hendrix to even have a chance of getting this bomb down. And I love the trust that Farm Team have in each other right now. Hendrix is being trusted to fully cover this B site all on their own. Beaumont is covering the flank, and of course Beeman staying ready as backup towards A. But there's the kill from Hendrix. KSAT's now left up 1 versus 3. Gonna have to get this kill on Hendrix before moving anywhere. I don't think they've spotted Hendrix out. KSAT's is just gonna run for the fight. To be fair, I like this from KSAT's. Gets the kill. Only 20 seconds to work with though. Has to get this bomb down, and surely Beeman is gonna force the issue before a bomb plant comes in. And yes, they will. Farm Team take the second search and destroy round with ease. And again, I feel that the problem with 4 PM Cleanout, they did have one player that was lagging a little bit behind. So kind of in the 2 versus 3 there on that assault. But again, Hendrix played that defense so well, picking up 2 kills. And 2-0 start from Farm Team. 4 PM Cleanout have actually lost their 3rd player entirely, so it is officially a 2 versus 3 at this point in time. Tedwick and KSAT's here. What can they do? Tedwick is sitting in spawn with bomb. Going under archers now. It seems to be a B push from 4 PM Cleanout. Once again, though, they're going to have to be very wary because Hendrix is there. Sniper rifle play coming out from Tedwick. And to be fair, Hendrix is now under a threat. You don't even want to take that. I mean, I know you're confident at this point in time, Hendrix, but you don't take that fight against a sniper rifle, of course. It only takes 1 sniper rifle bullet for you to be removed from the round, and it would therefore open up a lane towards this B site. PM Cleanout now. Still looking for a way in. Tedwick and KSATs are also very separated, so if one of them dies, there will not be a trade. Tedwick now decided that A is the site. Unfortunately, though, makes too much noise. Beaumont going to punish, and now Farm Team leave themselves in a 3 versus 1 situation. KSATs left up here, has to pull off a miracle, and to be honest with you, I don't know if it's going to be possible at all. This 1 versus 3. Nope, not going to happen. Can't even get a kill. And Farm Team continue their flawless performance here in our 4th match of the evening. Moment, I'm flying down with that MP7. Flying down with a lot of confidence too. PM clean out again. They're 2 versus 3. Immediately disadvantaged right off the spawn. And now as we switch sides, Farm Team are going to be the ones that force the issue. And just as they did on Crash, I don't think they're going to have any problem doing exactly that. Straight towards A they go. Beeman sends Beaumont out of the advanced guard. Elsewhere, Hendricks takes down Tedwick, so it's now down to KSATS in a 1 versus 3. Once again, KSATS, of course, actually has been more successful than Tedwick so far, so if you want either of them in this one, it would actually be KSATS. Fortunately, though, Beaumont has their number before they can even make any cross to a better place, as it were. Beaumont going to close out the round, and now Farm Team just 2 rounds away here from taking the series 2-0 and closing out the night with an astonishing win. Now Tedwick and KSATS hit. Once again, they're just looking for this first round. I do really want it, to be honest. I mean, what a storyline it would be if 4 PM clean out were all of a sudden able to just come out swinging and find 6 rounds straight. What a world that would be. But Farm Team for now, they're content with wanting to close it out here. KSATS falls once again to Beeman. I guess a by-the-books offense from Farm Team, leaving Tedwick in a 1 versus 3. Bomb is inevitably going to go down over on A. And now the question really is, what does Tedwick do? Of course, they do actually have dead silence to work with Tedwick. If they don't use it, they'll just be making a hell of a lot of noise, and I think that noise has been made already. You can see the positioning of Beeman and Beaumont. They've absolutely heard Tedwick on the mini-map. Again, this is one of those situations where players just do not realise how loud opening doors actually are on Modern Warfare. But there's a kill from Tedwick, to be fair. Turns around, beams onto Beeman, but a proximity mine will once again be the death, quite literally, of the 4 PM clean outside. And Tedwick actually jumps over to get away from it. Of course, people don't actually realize that to get away from a proximity mine, you literally have to drop, like straight away. That's actually how you survive a proximity mine. It is actually possible to do so. Of course, in the situation, it is highly difficult to do that, but Farm Team here, they're looking pretty good. Grey Money's got into the game, but has spawned on the wrong side, and that's unfortunate, but I don't think it's going to matter all that much. Farm Team here, still technically speaking, in a 3 versus 2. Tedwick and KSATS have made the rotation towards A. Grey Money's now switched to the other side. Beaumont takes out KSATS. It's just down to Tedwick now. I'll switch to him for whatever reason. There it is, Tedwick now. Moving over towards this A site. Going to get taken down. And Farm Team with a flawless back-to-back 6-0, 6-0 in Search and Destroy on Crash and St. Petrograd are going to be the 4th and final team from today to make it into the round of 16. The 13th team overall. And you're going to see this final kill with a growl here. A perfect performance from Farm Team. I will say, I don't necessarily feel as if the performances from 4 PM clean out were up to par with what we saw from Farm Team. But that's just, I guess, the way it goes. Sometimes you do have better teams and worse teams. So, congrats to Farm Team. They join today's winners, WQ United Flavors and GSD Mania in the round of 16. And of course, because of the fact that this is a single elimination bracket, we are going to be saying goodbye to the Gulag guys. 2.5 Wooks, PhD, and 4 PM clean out. But that has been a great day of Call of Duty action and the penultimate day of week 1, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, I believe about the same time, with our final few matches of the round of 16. So make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you get the notification of when we go live for those final matches. And of course, you can always keep up with all of the action on Twitter if you use the hashtag Agency Showdown to talk about exactly what's been going on in these Call of Duty Modern Warfare matches. For now, though, guys, that's going to be us done and dusted. Thanks to everyone for tuning in on day 3 of the Agency Showdown. Make sure you'll be back tomorrow for, again, the final day of week 1.